Hey first graders, Mr. Bell here. Alright, let's get started on your next project. First let's talk about a few things. Let's review some stuff, and that is overlapping. When things overlap, you have an overlapping area. Alright, and these two hearts overlap. This is the area where it overlaps. Let's talk about and review primary colors, which of course are red, yellow, and blue. And if you mix the primary colors together in certain ways, you will end up with secondary colors. So if you mix red and yellow together, you get secondary color orange. If you mix yellow and blue together, you will get green. And if you mix red and blue together, follow the dotted lines, you will get purple, also known as violet. It's your other secondary color. Alright, so keep that in mind, and if you overlap this red, make a red circle here, do a quick little demo, and color this one yellow, and where they overlap in the middle, darken this up a little bit, it will turn an orangish color. It's not going to be a perfect orange, but it's orange enough. It actually came out pretty orange. All right, with crayons, that's not always easy to do. Anyway, let's take a look at your project, and this time we are going to paint by overlapping primary colors together. So you're only going to use red, yellow, and blue paint, but by overlapping red on top of yellow, you will get some orange. Overlapping blue on top of yellow, you'll get some green. Overlapping red on blue, you'll get some purple showing up. Blue on top of red, you'll get some purple showing up. In some parts it'll look more purple than others. And so it'll be purplish and orangish and greenish and greenish. These blue dashes here, these blue dashes on the yellow come out kind of greenish. More in some parts than others. More here than here. And red dashes on here came out an orangish color, especially in some of these. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this. If you don't have paints, then you can still do this project with markers or crayons. Okay, you'll need a sheet of paper. I'm using tag board. It's a little thicker. And this is a half a sheet of tag board. And the first thing we'll do is we'll find the middle up here at the top, and I'm going to put a little dash right there in the center. I'm going to try to get in the middle as much as possible, but it's okay if it's not perfectly in the middle. And I'm going to go down to this corner, and I'm going to draw a line that goes up to that little dash, and I'm going to go from this corner up to here too. Alright, it's okay if it's not a perfect triangle. It's up to you how straight you want to make it. Okay? If you are really concerned with making it super straight, then you can go like this with a ruler. And you can match it up. Hold that ruler down and draw a line like that. And on this side, to the corner. I like to spread my thumb and my fingers apart on the ruler. That helps keep it down at both ends, and then that's something you could do to help keep your lines really straight, but again, it's okay if it's not perfectly straight. Just have fun with this, alright? Alright, so what I want you to do next is, after you have this triangle, that actually divides your paper into 3 triangles, okay? But we're going to go in here and draw a smaller triangle inside this bigger one. Alright. Next, I'm going to get my paintbrush and get some water on here. Alright. Drag it along here a little bit, get the extra off. And first we're going to paint a yellow triangle in the middle. So I'm going to go in the yellow first. Get a bunch of yellow paint on here. And paint this whole, the outside part of the triangle and the inside part. Just paint it all yellow. The whole thing. If you're painting it dries up, well, you need more water and more paint. If you hold it down near the silver part, you get more control. If you hold it up here, you have less control, but you're less likely to get your hand in the paint. So you have to think about that. More water, more paint. I'm going to take this entire triangle yellow. If you want the yellow a little darker, then paint more yellow on top of that yellow, and it'll get darker. Alright, if you don't want to get paint on your table, you need to put a bigger sheet of paper underneath or a plastic tray or something. That's what I do at home, but I'm not worried about this. This resists watercolor paint. Okay, so my yellow's all done, and now that's your first primary color that you want to put down. Now we're going to go into the red, and we're going to paint this corner over here red. It might come out looking very pink at first, but you can go over it again to make it a little darker, but I think this is fine. I'm not worried about how dark the red is. Especially when I overlap it here. I don't want it too red. Go along the edge. I like to go along this edge very carefully first. I'm going to get a little water on my brush, a little bit more. Now watch what I do. I'm going to paint the red right on top of the yellow, and it's going to turn an orangish color. And that will give you a secondary color, orange. So you got two primary colors, red and yellow, overlapped, and it will turn orange. All right, and I'm just going to go to here and stop right there. I'm going to do a different color over here. Now I'm going to get my blue, and I'm going to paint this side blue. Water, more paint. Some people like to paint like this. There's many different ways to paint things. Paint the way that works best for you. More water on my brush, a little bit more blue, and watch this. See it turn into greenish color? And I'll stop right here. And start painting all the blue. It really got green right there. I don't go too heavy with the blue on here. There we go. So now I have a greenish color. It's not a perfect green, but pretty good. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. The blue and the yellow mixed together, overlapped, makes green. The red and yellow overlap makes orange. I'm going to wash my brush off. And now I am going to, well, I'm going to get some more blue again, because actually I'm going to put some designs over here. I'm going to put some zigzag lines, and it'll turn a purplish color. Zoom in here a little bit. See how it turned a purplish color? There you go. Some parts won't look as purplish as others. That's okay. Let me get some more blue. Put some circles here. If you have too much blue on there, I'm going to get some of it off. Then it won't turn purplish enough. There we go. That one looks a little more purplish. Some little dots over here. Those are looking very purple. Blue and the red together make a good purple. Actually, it looks better if I don't put too much blue on the brush. Just letting it run out. It's getting lighter and lighter, but that's okay. It looks more purple. going to wash off my brush. I'm going to go into the red, get a little bit of red on there, and I'm going to put some red on top of the blue and see what kind of purples I can end up with. Purple's a secondary color. I need a little bit more. A bit more red on there. There we go. That's really looking purple there. Red on the blue. A little bit more red. Finish this way. Oh yeah, that's looking very purple. All right. I'll get some more red and see what I can come up with to go on top of here. I could draw a face. I could put some kind of abstract design. You know, think about what you want to have on here. Okay? So I'm going to draw a semicircle here. All right, make that a little thicker. Color it in. I can get this to look a little more orange. It's up to your imagination how you want to design this. And if you're not using paint, then you have to do all this with crayon. But I would advise you to get a set of paints and do this in paint, because it's a lot more fun. All right. Just so you know, when I'm testing my colors to make sure it's not too dark or too wet, I always test it up in the lid here. There you go. Just blend that in there a little bit. Wash off my brush, and I'm going to go into the blue. Again, I'm going to get some of it off. I don't want it too blue. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some straight lines, turn my brush around this way, get some more. I'm not even going back into the blue because I like it a little bit lighter. It makes the green show up better. See that? Let's focus in. Look at that. Very greenish, very purplish looking. Just by using 3 paint colors, you can make more colors. We end up with 6 colors eventually. So with primary and to make secondary. All right? All right, boys and girls. I want you all to try this on your own and come up with some really cool designs, but make sure you're just using red, yellow, and blue, your primary colors, and you will end up making your 3 secondary colors, orange, green, and purple. All right, have fun with this. I can't wait to see yours. Make sure you take a picture of it and send it to me so I can check it out. All right, bye-bye.